So let's run our first experiment. I'm going to increase the voltage here to about 0.5 and I'm going to stimulate. And we don't see any force generated by the muscle. I'm going to bring it up to 1. And now we do see some force generated. Very small, 0.15 grams. Now I'm going to increase the voltage by 1 each time and see that there is an increase in voltage in force produced. We'll go up to 3 volts now. And again, there's an increase. And so there's a very good reason why this is happening. So we'll go up to 5, and we still continue to see a pretty good increase in the amount of force generated. Let's go up to 6. We'll go up to 7. And let's go up to 8. And you might remember where we started to see smaller and smaller incremental changes. So here we've got 1.81, and you might remember between 8 and 9 there was a very small change, but I'm going to bring it up to 8.5. See if there's a change. So we go from 1.81 grams to 1.82, so there's a very small change. So we're getting very close to the top of the maximal stimulus here. So let's bring it up to 9 and see if we still get a change. And now we have no change. So let's bring it back down to 8.5, and that's our maximal stimulus. And we're going to talk about why we're seeing the results that we're seeing. And let's start our next experiments here. So you'll notice that I have the maximal stimulus voltage set here at 8.5. And so we're going to stimulate this muscle. And if we see any kind of increase in force while we're stimulating this muscle, we'll know it's not because of any change in voltage, but maybe from something else causing the change. So let's go ahead and stimulate it one time. And we'll let that come down to baseline and then stimulate it again. And you'll notice that the muscle actually generated more force. So I'm going to clear that tracing. And now I'm going to stimulate the muscle, and then I'm going to stimulate it again fairly quickly before it can fully relax. And let's see what happens. So you see it generates even more force. Okay. So we'll clear this tracing one more time, and let's do this 4 times in a row. And each time the muscle is able to generate some more force. So let's talk about why that's happening. So our next experiment is going to be a little bit different. We've now set the machine, the electrical stimulator, so that we can deliver multiple stimuli quickly. So we can change how many stimuli that the muscle receives per second right here, and it's set on 50, and the voltage is set at 8.5, which is the maximal voltage. And so we're going to go ahead and stimulate this muscle 50 times per second, and we see these contraction twitches, these waves here. And we actually see the force, the amount of force starting to drop off. I'm going to go ahead and stop this now. And we're going to talk about it. Okay, for our final experiment for today, we're going to increase the stimuli per second to about 130. And let's see what happens. We don't see any waveform with the muscle twitch at all, and we see a fairly quick drop off here in force. Okay, let's discuss what we've seen here.